Hi, hello, I'm hot. The fans are on and you can probably hear them, but let's talk about HRCYED 3.0. So, in case you didn't know what HRCYED is, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, I will link everything down below in the description. It was created by QWERTY. This is the third year. I epically failed the first 2 years, so let's give the third year a try, shall we? This year I'm going to try and gamify it a little bit more. It's very customizable this year, including, I think there's like 4 different ways you can play it, and one of those ways is a teen/kids edition as well. So that's a much stripped down version if you don't want to commit to the whole thing. I, as always, will be trying to make everything hard on myself and then be confused like what when I don't fulfill it, but let's get to it. As I said, I have gamified it this year. Each month I'm going to spin the wheel to find out which prompt we're going to be mostly trying to focus on that month, and then we're going to roll for a monthly not so secret prompt and to see what modifiers we are putting on the prompts. So without further ado, let's go do it. So the first thing you need to pick is which prompt we're going to be focusing on in the first month. So let's see what it can be. There are 2 prompts that are not on here because I've earmarked certain months for them. Biomes and landscapes. Okay then, cool. We need to find what our gamified version is going to be. I have yet to decide if it's going to be every book in the prompt or just at least one, or maybe half. We'll see, because obviously some of these, trying to fit them in particular prompts just might not be possible, but let's see. 6, so combine 2 of the previous levels. Interesting. Okay. And then let's pick our not so secret prompt for July. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom scroll your read. Oh, that's a great prompt. Okay, that's exciting for our first month. So that's our rolls and our spins. So let's look at the TBR. I'm going to be so honest. When I spun and got biome, I thought that was going to be such an easy prompt, and it turned out it really wasn't. I want to try and take at least some books off my physical shelves, and I also want to not purchase any books for as many of these prompts as possible. So here we are. I do have 6 books slotted in for my TBR for biomes. Let me just find them on my Storygraph challenge where I've put them in. Okay, so firstly we have The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. This has, I will put it up on the screen, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Temperate Forest. I will double check. No, it's Boreal Forest. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, but that is a biome I use in Planet Zoo quite often. Anyway, so this is also on my horror bingo board. So this is great to double that up. It unfortunately didn't hit any of my modifiers, but I have decided every prompt has to have at least 50% fulfilled by the modifier that I roll. Next we have, for my particular edition, the standard edition would not fulfill this, but for my edition of The Girl with 1,000 Faces by Sunyi Dean, it is definitely urban right there. So this is the Broken Binding edition for their fantasy sci-fi book subscription. I read Book Eaters by this author when it first came out and I loved it. I devoured it, excuse the pun, but it was amazing. I'm so excited to pick up this book. Do I know anything about it? No, but I loved the writing style of Book Eaters. This is set in 1975 Hong Kong. Oh, sorry if the camera moved, I just had to do school pickup, and also you may hear kids in the background now, whatever. It is the life of a booktuber but with kids. Yes, so this hits my modifier because the author is Vietnamese and they have autism as well. Next we have Seasons of Glass and Iron. I think this is a short story collection by Amal El Motar. This one, the author's from This Is How You Lose a Time War, which I absolutely love. So I've been dying to pick up something else by this author. This is the Boreal Forest. So the first one, the Staircase in the Woods, is a deciduous forest. I can't say that word. that forest. Yes, so Seasons of Glass and Iron, I have been looking forward to this, so I'm glad I finally am going to kick myself into gear and read it. And this hits on modifiers with a non-white author and queer stories / queer author. We then have the Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas. I'm going to go with Temperate Rainforest on this one. Fight me in the comments. It's going to be a temperate rainforest. This is a new series. I've read Cemetery Boys. I've not picked up this. I also have some other books by this author on my bookshelves. But yes, I've been dying to pick this up. There is a second one out now as well, which is exciting because I can pick that up straight after. And this hits our modifiers for a queer non-white author / story. This is Mexican inspired as well, which is very exciting. It's Cursed Daughters by Ayinkan Braithwaite. This is the author of My Sister the Serial Killer, which is one I love. The UK cover I'm specifically using, and I'm going to use this for Aquatic. And my final biome TBR book is Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. And this cover is, well, we're going for tropical rainforest. We're going to go for tropical rainforest. This is a historical romance fantasy. I'm looking forward to it. It's been in my TBR for a while. It does not hit any modifiers though. Okay, so that's my biomes TBR. Next is my not so secret prompt. Yes, for that one I rolled for the not so secret prompt. I got a doom scroll book, so a book that I doom scrolled and was easily influenced to read. The book I picked does not fulfill the modifier, but again I'm going to aim to have at least half of this secret prompts fulfill whatever modifier I roll that month. But I scrolled on TikTok. I will put it up here. I'm not going to show you much because I don't want everyone to see my algorithm on TikTok. But I got Between Two Fires by Christopher Bellman. This is a book I've been eyeing up for a while. This is a booktoker I trust. She forced her husband to read it. He enjoyed it. And I know that this is available in my library as a 1-week loan, so I'll pick it up just as I'm about to read it. It's a medieval inspired horror fantasy, and that sounds like a fantastic mix for me. And then finally, for the mashup, HRCYED mashup prompt, is that what it's called? HRCYED mashup prompt, which is to take a prompt from HRCYED 1, HRCYED 2, mash them up. You only have to do 5 books for this, but I decided it's going to be a monthly one because one of the prompts I picked was the new releases, so to read a new release each month. And the prompt from HRCYED 2 I mashed it up with is a BIPOC author, so this will be a monthly book that I'm going to pick up. And in July I'm going to read The Case of Elmwood Ranch by Deanna Gray. This is the author of Outdrawn, and I read that last year. Was it last year? I think so. I really enjoyed it. This is a sapphic book in which a legacy paranormal investigator and a horse rancher team up together with a haunted house. So it says on Storygraph. It sounds amazing. I'm very excited. So that's my initial TBR for HRCYED in July. There will be the side quests, which are like the secret prompts of this year, which will come out at some point during the month. But I only have 2 physical ones from that TBR, which is a little disappointing, but you know, it's a great start. And then obviously if I find that these books also fit other prompts, I'll put them in there as well, because we can double up. If anything else I read across the month I can fit in other prompts, I will also be doing that. But so we have what, 6, 7, 8 on my TBR this month for HRCYED. That feels achievable, hopefully. Yeah, are you taking part in HRCYED 3.0? Let me know in the comments. Stephanie, the creator of it, does have these amazing journals which you can order on her shop, so I really recommend doing that if you want a journal to help track your reading. And then there were some blank pages at the back, so I put in like my personal ones as well, so that was really helpful. And watch there, also check out some of Stephanie's books, because she is an indie author and she has quite a few books out that will probably sound interesting to you. So thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or if any of these books are on your TBR, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye friends.